Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a hell of a long time since I've uploaded, but we're back. I had some school stuff that I had to take care of and other important things, but I just wanted to take the time to actually show you guys the Funko Pop collection. I want to show you guys my collection, what I collect and all that. So yeah. And a quick disclaimer. Not all of these are my collection. There's a little bit of my collection as well as my dad's and my brother's. So we kind of share a whole collection, but I'll just show you guys what we have here. And I'll let you know which one's my dad's, which are my brother's, and which one's my own. So, and as you can tell, they're all separated in categories. So on top, we're going to have the Marvel section. The bottom is going to be the Disney section. And then under that is going to be more of my Star Wars and my horror collection. There you go. And then on the bottom is going to be more of like miscellaneous collections, a mixture of wrestling, singers, TV shows, video games, animated shows as well, sports guys, and then a lot of like the food icons. But let's go up to the top here. And actually, this whole collection is my personal collection. This took a very long time to collect. As of right now, I'm still trying to get some other pop collections. But this is the kind of what I have right now. So as you can see, we have a lot of movie moments here. We've got like the Thor and Thanos from the Avengers Infinity War, Iron Man, Thor Love and Thunder, Funko Pop. There we have Captain America the First Avenger movie moment. There we've got the Hulk, another Avengers movie moment there with Stark and Thor. And then from the second row here is going to be my Fantastic Four, Johnny, Human Torch, Johnny Storm. And then here we have the drawing collection, I guess, maybe. The drawing of the Wolverine. And then we have the glow-in-the-dark Daredevil. So Matt Murdock there. And then from this point on here, we're going to have my whole Spider-Man collection right here in this little area here. So my favorite one is definitely going to be the Blacklight Spider-Man. And then we just got some Iron Suit Spider from Avengers Infinity War. We've got the other suit from Spider-Man No Way Home. And then we've got this first ever Funko Spider-Man design there. And then as we go a little bit forward down here, we have the Wolverine collection here. Maybe I'll put that Captain America on this side so that this Wolverine can go on this side. But yeah, so we've got a little bit of the Wolverine collection there. And then this is going to be my only Captain America that I have right now. And as you can see, it is very dusty. I need to dust some of that off there, but actually I need to dust all of him. So but going down from that here, we're gonna have the Hulk. This one's gonna be specifically from Brand New Day. This one I got recently, about a couple weeks ago, and so this is the new one of my collection. And I love the style and of how they did this, Funko Pop, and it's I like everything about it. I like the style. I like, the way that it just looks, And then from that point on, we've got Sabretooth, also one of my favorite mutant villains here. We got the Sabretooth here. And then from beside him, we've got the Red Hulk from Brave New World. Now, this was one of the biggest Funkos that I've gotten. First collecting into Marvel. This is the best one that I've got here. I love the same thing with the Brand New Day Hulk. I love how this looks. This is probably one of my second favorite Funko Pops that I've gotten. I just love everything about him. The design they did with his little, you know, chest hairs and things like that. You know, it just adds a little bit more realistic vision to the pop, you know. And then from this point on here, we've got the Green Goblin. These there's gonna be some non-related Funko Pops in this little shelf here. This is, I forgot his name, but he does show on Invincible. I just can't think of it right now. Um, but anyways, we have the Green Goblin here, one of my favorites as well. I love everything about this Funko Pop here. And then we've got the one and only Thanos in the middle of like the whole Marvel collection, you know. This is my favorite one of all time. You know, this is, I believe, part of the 10-year anniversary for Marvel Studios. And I believe this one is specifically from Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's in his like throne. And I just love everything about this pop. You've got like everything is just so well detailed, from like those little flames on the bottom to his whole armor and his whole persona and his face about him. It just has that evilness to him, you know. And then we've got another Thanos here with the gauntlet. Another one of my favorite collections here. This is specifically from Avengers Infinity War. He's got all the Infinity Stones on there. That's pretty cool. We've got Omni-Man. And then this right here is going to be another one of my favorites as well. This is Kingpin from, I believe it's going to be 80 years of the collection. I think it was 80 years or 100 years of Marvel Comics. But this is one of the coolest, like, figures that I've gotten, like, of all time. You know, this is something that I like a lot. And then we have, you know, his arch nemesis, Daredevil, and I believe Spider-Man is also his arch nemesis as well. But right here, as you all know, Doomsday is going to be coming out in December, so I've gotten a Fantastic Four Doctor Doom here, which I am so happy that I got this in my collection here. And like I said, I need to go ahead and dust each and every one of these pots because they need a cleaning done. So, but anyways, I love this Funko Pop here. This is one of the best ones that I've gotten here. I just love the texture of it. I love how they did how they did his mask, his hood, his cape, everything about it just screams Doctor Doom, you know. And then right here we have no other than Namor. This is one of my favorite Funko Pops. I love the headdress on it. When I first saw Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I love that movie so much, and I actually saw it in theaters twice. But I love the suit that they came out with. And then we've got some little bitty pops here. We've got Magneto and Storm. They're little mini bitty pops that I like to have in my collection. So those are awesome. And then we're gonna go down to the second floor here. Now I would say that some of here are gonna be some of my dad's collections as well. So I'll just go ahead and show you the whole collection here. So we're gonna go with my Toy Story Funko Pop collection here. This one I've got a couple months ago, during the new, you know, when they were advertising for Toy Story 5, this was one of their advertisements that I've gotten, from Box Lunch. And I do believe this is a movie moment, on Toy Story 3. So we've got Woody, and then we've got Buzz Lightyear there. This one here is going to be more of a Toy Story 4 moment as well. This one here is just a regular Buzz Lightyear in my collection. And then we go down here to Al from Toy Story 2. I love how they did this figure here. I love the chicken suit. And, you know, just I love like how they came up with this concept of having him in the costume, you know. It's just one of my favorite movies of all time. And then from there forward here, we've got no other than Sid who has Buzz Lightyear that he's carrying on his right side, and Woody that he's carrying on his left side. But I love how they put a lot of detail into those figures, and I love how the figures are pop as well. So one of my favorite villains. And then from that point on here, we've got the Incredible section here. This is one of my favorite collections out of all of the Disney ones. Here we've got Mr. Incredible in his classic suit and Mr. Incredible in his red suit. And then here we have Jack with Syndrome, and this is one of my favorite Funko Pops. I love how they put a lot of detail into Jack's monster power there, pulling on Syndrome's hair. That was honestly a cool movie moment that I gotten as well. And then on top of that, here we've got Sully and Bullseye, two of my favorite Pixar characters. I love the Monsters Inc. Movie trilogy. I know that there's 2 movies. I love the show Monsters at Work. If that is a good show, if you guys are wanting to watch a Pixar show, I would definitely recommend watching that show. And then here we got none other than Bullseye, who has Andy written on the bottom of his hooves there. And that's honestly the cutest Funko Pop that I have in my collection. Now, these next 3 pops, as well as these 2 Avatar pops, are going to be my my dad's Funko Pops here. But we've got the 2 Haunted Mansion Funko Pops. We've got the Hatbox Ghost Guy. I don't know what that other Funko Pop's name is. If you guys can tell me in the comments below, I would gladly appreciate it. But yeah, those are his 2 Haunted Mansion Pops that he got. This one's specifically for the new Haunted Mansion movie that just had coming out a couple years back. And then here we've got Miles from the Avatar movies, and as well as Neytiri and Jake Sully. Now, this is going to be one of his favorite Funko Pops because he loves the Avatar series. And in my personal opinion, I feel like these are the best ones that he collected so far. And then going down here, we've got just my only Pirates of the Caribbean. We've got Captain Jack Sparrow. This is honestly the best Captain Jack Sparrow that I've gotten in my collection. I'm hoping to get another one pretty soon. I've been looking on Mercari, as well as eBay, as well as other on-selling websites to buy some of these Funko Pops here, but that is going to be one of my favorite ones. And then this is probably going to be the biggest one that I have in my collection. It is going to be Indiana Jones with the boulder from the first Indiana Jones movie. This one, I think it was called Raiders of the Lost Ark, I believe, is the first film. And I love Steven Spielberg's movies and films, and when I saw this, I know that I had to have it. So, and I do believe this is also a bobblehead too. And we just got the boulder. I love how they did every single detail. And then we've got his little, I forgot what that little thing was called. But yeah, guys, there's that there. And then we have the Disney Villains Train collection set, I believe. So we've got Maleficent here. We've got the Evil Queen, and we also got Captain Hook. And I love how their own cart is literally like their own themed villain about themselves. So obviously, you know, we've got Captain Hook, who has his ship. We've got the Poison Apple. Obviously, that's got to be for the Evil Queen, right? And then we've got the locomotive here. That one's going to be specifically for Maleficent, and I love the green flame there with their crow there, so that's pretty awesome. And I know that there's 2 more sets here, 2 more carts that I haven't collected them. I do believe one of them is Ursula, and then the other one's Cruella de Vil. I'm still trying to look for those specific pops, so if you guys know anyone who sells them online for a good price, let me know in the comments below. And then here we've got Krusty with his monkey. I forgot the monkey's name, but we also got Homer here. You might be thinking, well, why are these guys in the Disney collection? I believe I might be wrong about this, but I think 20th Century Fox was bought out by Disney, so that's why I have these um, Funko Pops specifically in the Disney collection. But look at that. I just love Krusty the Clown and everything about it, you know. Now, this is not Disney, but there was no place for me to put it on the Marvel wall. But it's not necessarily Marvel as well, but this is a Mark Grayson or Invincible Funko Pop that I've gotten a while back. I believe this is from season 2, 3, one of the seasons where he got his new. Well, actually, this specific one here was actually from season. Oh my gosh, season 4. If I might be wrong, but yeah, this is one of my favorite ones as well here. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a pain in the butt too. There we go. Okay, now on to the bottom here is going to be one of my favorite sections. That is the Star Wars section. So we've got all of the Star Wars Fox or Pops here. So I'll just go ahead and go to the back here. We've got Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, or I would like to say his awesome X-Wing cap as well. And I think his name is Red 5, I believe. Red 5 is this current name right here. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below. And then we have Lord Vader or Anakin Skywalker from Return of the Jedi. The last scene where he wanted to see Luke Skywalker with his own face. And I love how they made this Funko Pop right here. I love the detailing. I love the little scar that they literally made by his cheek here on top of his head as well, and it gives it that you know burn look to his face, you know. And then here we've got Darth Vader with Emperor Palpatine. Now these are one of my 2 favorite Funko Pops that I got here. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I definitely wanted to have Emperor Palpatine in my collection, as well as the Darth Vader. And then this one is going to be a sealed version. This is the Cassian Andor chase. So this is going to be my only chase in the whole entire collection right now. And then I can go ahead and remove this so I can show you guys a little bit clear. Yeah, guys, so this is gonna be Cassian Andor's chase figure. The common one is him without his mask on, but this is gonna be the chase, and I'm very happy to actually get this in my collection. And this is something that I will never open, so that's one of the best ones that I have right now in my collection. And then next here we got Queen Amidala from the first film, The Phantom Menace, and her throne. I love how they, made her. I love everything about her dress to her headdress. Everything about it is awesome. And then we go down there, we've got Supreme Leader Snoke with Kylo Ren. And I don't know the name of that droid there. Maybe it's Speedy One. I think that was the name of it. But yeah, guys, this is awesome Funko Pops that I'm got to have in my collection, as well as that trooper back there. And then right here we have Kylo Ren with his grandfather's Darth Vader's helmet there. I believe this is from the Last Jedi, I believe, or I think it was from the last. No, I'm sorry, it was from I can't really remember the name of it right now, but this was the awesome Funko Pop that I have in my collection right now. So that is pretty much of my Star Wars collection right now. And then when we're gonna go up to the horror collection right here, we have a pretty good mixture of the classic horror slasher Funko Pops here. We've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from the 1970, from the 70s. I can't remember what exact year the movie came out, but that was one of the best ones that they've came out with. Sorry guys, I accidentally ended the video there, but we also have Reagan from The Exorcist, as well as Michael Myers from the 70s film as well. I love these figures as well. Planning to get on to getting a Jason Voorhees one and a Freddy Krueger one, so stay tuned for that. And then right here we have Art the Clown. As you guys know, I do love Art the Clown, and I do want to say that some of these are a mixture of my brother's and my own collection. So my brother does own the Michael Myers, or I'm sorry, not Michael Myers, the Leatherface, Art the Clown, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and the Shaun from Shaun of the Dead. But I love the way they did Art the Clown here. I love the design and everything that they put into this Funko figure here. And then this is going to be one of my personal favorite, and it's obviously going to be one of the best franchises that I've seen, is the Insidious franchise, and this is the Bride in Black, which I'm so happy that they came out with the Funko Pop specifically for this demon from Insidious. I'm planning to get on getting the Red Face Demon, as well as the Keyring Demon, and I think it was the Wheezing Demon from Insidious 3. But yeah, guys, this is one of my favorite Funko Pops. I do not know if her veil does come off or if it's just like that. Maybe. I'm not so sure, but I really don't want to mess with it right now. So I'm just going to leave it like that. It looks cool anyway. And then we've got Slimer from Ghostbusters. I love what they did with this figure. I love like how the slime is his stance and helps him like stand up, and obviously he's a ghost that just eats anything, so he's got a mouthful of hot dogs there. And then we've got the Shaun of the Dead, one of my favorite films, with I believe his name's Simon Pegg. So I love how he played Shaun in Shaun of the Dead. It's just awesome. It's just a good movie. I believe it's comedy and horror at the same time, but it's one of the best movies to see. And then we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, I don't know the specific names of these characters. If you guys know, just let me know in the comments below. But I actually haven't seen the movie yet. My brother has, so that's something that I would love to see in the future here. But yeah, those are my brother's Killer Clowns from Outer Space Funkos. And then we've got some movie moment, or not movie moments, but movie iconic characters here. We've got I've forgotten his name, but he does show on Dazed and Confused. If I remember his name, I'll go ahead and say it, but right now I can't remember his name. Obviously from the new Jurassic Park movie, or Jurassic World, I think. But we've got the T-Rex here, and it's honestly a big Funko Pop figure. That's one of the biggest figures that I believe that, you know, it's just nice and hefty, and it's kind of heavy, surprisingly. And then we've got the Mosasaurus here as well. Two favorite dinosaurs. I know I'm missing a couple of them, but hopefully I will be getting those soon as well. And then we've got the Rocky. We've got Rocky Balboa, and then we've got Apollo Creed here. You know, Sylvester Stallone as being Rocky is probably like one of the best franchises that I've seen. And to Apollo Creed as well. You know, the actor who played Apollo Creed unfortunately passed away. But, you know, these two figures are the ones that are awesome in my collection. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything on the second row, but now we're on the last row here, which is going to be more of my miscellaneous collection here. I will say that some of them are my brother's collection and my collection. In the back here, we've got Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes, and another Cody Rhodes. Those are going to be my favorite Funko Pops because I am a WWE fan. And then on the bottom here, we've got the New Day. I believe it's Kofi Kingston, Biggie, and Xavier Woods. I think that's what his name. I think that's his name. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments. And then on here we've got Paul Heyman from ECW Wrestling. We've got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, another good wrestler from the 80s. Up here is going to be more of my sports figures. Actually, this is going to be my brother's. I don't know the name of this player here, but I know for sure that I have Cody Bellinger, one of my favorite MLB players. And fun fact, he actually went to the school that I went to, which is Hamilton. And speaking of Hamilton, we have Hamilton, the musical, or I believe it's a TV show as well, but we've got a Hamilton Funko Pop figure character there. I don't know his name. I was just given it because it was free. And someone didn't want it, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. And then we've got the adult animated TV show characters here. We've got Beavis and Butthead. I think this is called the King of Hill. And then we've got some South Park. And then this is not adult animation, but we've got Tommy from Rugrats, which is pretty awesome. And then we've got some singers here. We've got Shania Twain, Eazy-E, and I believe that's Cher. This is not a singer, but this is Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy, one of my mom's favorite shows to watch. And then now I gotta put out a Demobad because of my favorite TV show, Stranger Things. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch it in theaters, but I was able to watch like the final episode in my house, which is honestly a lot better. And oh my gosh, it was the best feeling. Also, it was a little bit sad, so but yeah, guys, right there. And then we've got another favorite show that my mom likes to watch, which is Bridgerton. And then we've got some gaming Funko Pops here. We've got, I believe that's Miss Cuphead. We've got the Devil from Cuphead series, and then we've got a Pikachu back there. Also, we have one of my favorite games to play, the Arkham Asylum Bane. And I love how they did this figure as well. This figure just honestly is quite large as well. And then we have the Batman Returns, which is Oswald Cobblepot and his little mini Duckmobile, I guess is the best way to say it. And then we have some Funko Pop I have the food icons here. We've got Jack in the Box. We've got the Polar. I believe it's the Polar Bear Icy, Captain Crunch, MTV, 2 Slurpees, and 1 Slush Puppy. And then I think that about does it with this whole shelf here. We do have some boxed up Funko Pops. These are the ones that I really don't want to open. Most of it is my dad's, and some of it is my brother's. And I'll just go ahead and show you. So on the bottom here, we've got Gandalf versus Balrog. Now this one here, I specifically got at Funko Hollywood in Los Angeles. You know, this is one of the best scenes that I think, in my opinion, is awesome. And then on top here, we've got the villains, Crank and Yzma. Now this one is another Funko Pop that my brother had gotten for my dad in Los Angeles at the Glendale Galleria Mall. And this is his favorite movie of all time. And then this is going to be my personal favorite Funko Pop here. This is a Troy Aikman Dallas Cowboys. Now, don't hate me, but I am a Dallas Cowboy fan. But this is one of my favorite Funko Pops as far as the sports collection goes. On top there is going to be more of my father's collection. A lot more of the Lord of the Rings collection. And so we've got another Balrog here, but this is a full-on Balrog Funko Pop here. On the bottom is going to be Lortz with I don't know how to pronounce that. So if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys seen Lord of the Rings. So this is gonna be another Funko Pop that my dad likes to collect. And then here we have my dad's Undertaker and Paul Bearer WrestleMania set here. And then on the bottom we have a WrestleMania Mr. T. And then on the bottom here we have other food icons with the Slush Puppy and exclusive Diamond Collection Slurpee here. This one is flocked, which means he's furry. And then here we have another Lord of the Rings collection. We got a Nazgul and Bilbo Get Baggins. And then on the bottom of that we have Legolas and Gimli. And then on the bottom of that we've got Sauron with Gollum. And then we've got Frodo Baggins. And then we've got one more, which is the Witch King. And I believe that's one of my personal favorite ones there for my dad's collection, as well as the Sauron. And then on top there, we've got the WWE Hall of Fame Ultimate Wars GameStop exclusive Funko Pop. And then we've got under it is the Hulkamania Hulk Hogan. And these they're not Funko Pop, but they are part of Thrill Joy. These are my personal collection here. We've got Dracula from the Universal Monsters. And from the Conjuring universe, we have Bathsheba. I do want to get a Chase or Super Chase. So hopefully I'm lucky enough to get one of those and show you guys. And this is not Funko related, but this is just more of a collectible statue that my dad got at GameStop. But that is pretty much it of my Funko Pop collection. If you guys want me to show a specific pop, just let me know in the comments below. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So, like, subscribe, comment. I have a bunch of other things that I would like to show you guys as far as like popcorn buckets and my own personal Marvel Legends collection. But if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. But until then, guys, peace out.